I said, welcome to Sheltered Thoughts.
Sheltered Thoughts works. That's fine, but I'm not going to melt everybody's eardrums with the shattering of whatever the hell you knocked over. It sounded ridiculous.
Oh, God, no. That was insane.
It's like, what's this video? Oh, my God, it hurts so bad.
I have to say, that's just perfect for, like, the first special guest. It's like, ready and...
That was
point.
my tower of monster cans I've been working on for 6 months.
It was an art form.
I meant for that to happen.
What did you knock over anyways? I have to know it.
A couple cans of Monster.
Yeah, well, I could tell it was definitely Monster. It sounded like a bunch of bowling pins.
Nope.
So
I knocked the mic over after I knocked those over because I was trying to catch those.
Jeebus.
And it was like a domino.
It all went wrong so quick.
Yes,
You
it
need a desk, son.
Yeah, you need a desk. And we're going back to this whole desk thing.
Go back to this whole desk thing that what I have is not really a desk. It's kind of like a makeshift kind of whatever.
Hey,
it is.
yo, it's not even level. It's not even unlevel. It's concave.
It's got a bow to it.
Yeah, luckily it bows
It's got
in.
character.
Oh, character. That's what we're calling it.
Yeah.
Your table has cerebral palsy.
Oh, man.
It's so bad. It's insane. His monitors are sliding towards each other.
They are slanted towards each other.
They don't understand social distancing.
They did at the beginning, but at the bottom they're 4 inches apart, and the top they're touching.
Yep.
Dave, you need to go buy 2 wooden sawhorses, some 2x4s, and plywood.
Not even. I have the cheapest desk in the world. $35. It's a black Rubbermaid table from Walmart. It's about 4 feet long, and then a sheet of pre-cut plywood from Home Depot for $10.
See?
And just plopped it on top and hoped for the best.
And it's still better than his.
It's still holding up, which is insane because I have 2 monitors screwed onto just a piece of wood, not the table, and the microphone screwed, just clamped onto the wood. It's balancing on here somehow. I move my leg wrong, and the thing does the electric boogaloo. Everything's just rattling off, and it's like, oh no, earthquake! It's terrible.
Straight terrible.
But that's what happens. But it's the cheapest desk in the world. It's the greatest desk in the world. And then I covered it with some like cheap vinyl stuff that I got from
Oh my god.
AC Moore. So now it's like orange and it's shiny, and it looks good. But it's definitely the world's cheapest desk. There's some days I'm like, don't fall, and it's like wiggling. And I'm trying to catch everything from wobbling 12 different ways.
Dude, your desk sounds like something I'd put together in Iraq, all right?
Oh, that's insulting to those desks. This desk is way worse than that.
You've obviously never seen some of the things we've put together in Iraq.
But my desk has a mounted knife. Ha! I don't know why.
Mounted knife.
It's got a mounted knife in case, I'm at my desk and a situation comes up where I need it. Or if I want to stab myself in the foot.
So the only thing you're going to need a knife for is cutting the cheese that you're trying to eat while you're playing.
Oh, no, I don't eat while I'm playing. I'm not you guys. All right.
Hey.
I have a very expensive keyboard, controller, mouse, stream deck, camera. I don't want food in my shit.
That's a valid thing. That's why I buy cheap shit. Right?
I have like an $80 mouse pad.
Yeah, no.
But it covers like 3/4 of my desk.
That makes sense.
Did he die?
I don't know if Dave died. He probably did.
Did more cans fall?
I don't know.
He muted himself because Sherry came.
Did he?
Did he?
Did I mute myself?
No, he didn't mute yourself.
You just got really quiet.
It's like, am I gone?
Oh my gosh, did I lose myself? Did I really do it this time? Because I fucked up.
No. A desk is a trap. I can honestly say they are a trap because
yes.
I didn't need a nice fancy chair until I had a desk.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't even have a fancy chair, right? I use
You got your funky little recliny chair.
chair.
Yeah.
All right, I got my anti-gravity chair that looks like literally a beach chair.
Yeah.
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 See, I got the Sean set up.
The shots.
The what?
I got a TV that has the PlayStation hooked to it for Amanda to watch TV, and then I have the TV with the Xbox.
That sounds about right.
I got the Sean set up.
But I've evolved from that. I now have my own room.
Yeah, you do. You got your own space.
Yeah, see, I don't have my own space.
You're a big kid now.
We evolved. Sam has her space now.
Dave has a whole
Got
cave.
clothes.
Yeah, I got my own space too now. It's a little bit better.
You got a cave.
Yes, you live in a cave. We know.
You have a cave.
He wanted to be like Jesus, all right? Like he wanted to
What?
join him.
What? Jesus don't live in a cave anymore.
No,
Oh,
Davis
what?
lives at the
Oh,
old
that's
ladies.
right. That's right. He
The
lives
old
at the old
ladies.
ladies' night.
Jesus lives with the Supreme Elders. I like
Yeah,
the
it's upgraded.
He's upgraded to the Supreme Elders and the Monastery of the Dead.
Yeah. Or horrible. Maybe that's
Oh. If we weren't, it wouldn't be us.
true.
What the hell are you trying to do? There we go. No, I want the mini bastard.
What are you doing?
I'm downloading stuff. You guys was. I'm multitasking here, not multiplying.
Multitasking, and we're getting way off track with what
We're not off track. It's impossible to be off track if we were never on track.
Yeah, we were never on.
You knocked over your Great Wall of China. Then we got into talking about desks and tables, and I had to explain how great my desk is. That's the best.
Just getting off track.
It's not off track.
It can't be off track. That would require us to have a script. All right.
We are not scripted. This is not off track.
No script, no track. Okay,
It doesn't work like that.
gotcha.
I mean, just because we had an idea of what we were going to talk about does not mean that's going to succeed.
It was just a generalization of what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I think it's great because Sean has probably the largest knowledge of RPGs out of all of us.
Oh yeah.
I have the smallest.
Ken has the smallest.
And that
Actually,
is
Ken
what
was-
she said.
Ah,
I would,
apparently, that's not the problem.
I was going to say, Ken probably has a better knowledge of RPGs than he thinks just because he doesn't realize which games are RPGs.
Yeah, that's
really
what kills
don't.
me. A lot of people don't get that. Like everyone I talk to about RPGs, they're like, well, I don't have the patience for this kind of game. I was like, yo, Fallout 76 is an RPG.
Yes, it is.
Just,
By definition, yes.
it's a role-playing
100%.
game. You are a character, and you're playing that character.
And not only that, but it has a status build. You can
Yeah,
actually change the way that you build your character.
All right, y'all are ruining every game I play.
dude. My Time in Portia is not an RPG, so you're good.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, technically, it is.
Shut
It
the fuck up.
kinda, but you don't have any real characteristics that you could alter on your character.
Yeah,
So
I get
you're just kind of like
you still got a
autopiloting.
skill build up, though.
Listen,
Slightly.
motherfucker, I live close enough to you, and I have a brand new car. I could drive to your house and beat your ass tomorrow morning. Don't you ruin my time in Portia.
It's still an RPG. Whether you
Fuck
like
you.
it or not, it's a light
Fuck you.
RPG. But
No,
it is
it's
an RPG.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Shut up.
There's
the
still-
way you build your character
I mean-
is different from the way I build my character.
There's an argument to say that almost all games are RPGs. Almost. Not all of them, but almost. Mario Kart is
I was
not.
gonna say
Mario Kart is not.
baseball is not. All right.
Okay. Sports games don't
Oh,
count.
any kind of car game.
What?
Any kind of car game, really.
I don't know.
Like racing.
Do you count like Transformer games?
No. that is not racing.
They go broom and they drive. They are racing.
No.
They do have racing.
Yes, but no.
They do
No,
fast driving broom broom things.
But in
Fast
racing,
driving,
in
yeah.
racing, you gotta
They do
upgrade
drive-bys
cars,
quick.
You gotta get everything growing.
I mean, with RPGs, I understand that most people automatically go to Final Fantasy.
That's
So
like the
it-
easiest one to go to. That's why they do it.
Yeah, but that's the only one that most people can like say they know as an RPG. So immediately they think of Final Fantasy VII, which kills me.
Yeah. But I get that.
And I get it too. it's one
That's
of the
because
biggest things.
PlayStation teased that one for so long. It's definitely something I wish they had remade.
They did remake. Final
They did
Fantasy VII,
remake it. That was a crazy
And they-
remake.
and they changed it. They changed the story for it, which is awesome.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they remade the game, kept almost
it-
like the same, I guess, almost artwork styling, and like if you looked at it without audio, it almost looked the same.
Yeah.
But they changed the story.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But it starts
Yeah,
off
so-
exactly the same. So you think you're like, oh man, it's the same game. Then you play and you're like, shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say they just put it for free on PlayStation Plus, so of course I got it for free again.
I mean, who doesn't love losing to Sephiroth every day?
You can't even get to Sephiroth yet.
Nope. Can't even fucking get close to that.
No, you barely make the end of disc 1.
Right? It's like one of the games that you play and you lose.
So
yes.
you always lose to him. Every game he's in, you lose.
Yes.
Even freaking Kingdom Hearts, you don't get to freaking beat him.
Nope.
That
He just-
sucks.
and he's not even a big character in Kingdom Hearts. He just shows up at the end just to piss you off.
Just to say that you can't win.
Just to prove that he gets to win again. It's like, what? This is not necessary.
It was totally not necessary. That fight
This
sucked.
wasn't necessary the first time around. Why is it coming around again?
It's like, how dare you?
Still one of my favorite Ultima fights for Final Fantasy ever is the Sephiroth battle. If you collect all the ultimate weapons.
I don't think I've ever played Final Fantasy.
What?
Any of them.
Okay, we got to go back into details here. I get it. There's some good Final Fantasy games. But Final Fantasy 1 will drag your brain out.
Hey, the whole purpose of playing Final Fantasy 1 is to have 3 game genies and make the ultimate white mages. Alright?
Wow. Why's it got to be a white thing?
Because
No.
they were the only characters that did not break the game after the first time you leveled.
Why is it gotta be a white thing?
Why's it got to
Because
be a
has
white
to be.
thing? Jesus.
It was a white mage.
Because
Every
if
other
it was a
character-
black thing, we'd be racist.
Whoa, black mages were badass. Just putting this
Yeah.
out there. Black mages were good.
In the game, the ultimate character was the white mage with the game genie. You could literally make it so that at level 1, nothing can fight you.
Yeah,
If
basically.
you destroy it.
Once you start bridging game genes, you can make anything.
Oh, man, the Game Genie Bridge was a god.
It was.
It not only
How many
taught you how to
games
cheat better than anything, but it gave you carpal tunnel by the time before you even started the game.
How many
So
code
true.
lines do we need, guys? We need 22. We need 22.
Start
That means
pulling out
we
the
need-
codes.
8 of those game communities together.
Uh,
Damn it. We have another 2 codes we can put in. Just so we don't waste the last 2 bars.
and then you break the game permanently, and it will never save again.
And it's like the same thing as Christmas lights, because you would put it in, like, oh man, it only registered 6 of the 8. I gotta find out which one's not working. And you're like wiggling everything around, and you're like, now everything's flashing on the TV. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. You have no idea what you broke.
I don't know how I got here.
Right, if I change this letter and this letter, what will it do to the code?
I did that with
I
the
can't find my
break
guys.
the super jump code.
I did that with the Super Nintendo. It looked like I had the goddamn sword and the stone sticking out of it.
Nah. I do love RPGs. As long as you take the time and you actually beat them. The problem with RPGs is you get bored sometimes and you end up doing all kinds of stupid shit that you're not supposed to do in the game.
I would never.
It's like there are places you're not supposed to go to quite yet because you're really not at the right level.
So I use Witcher 3 as a prime example of this.
Oh my god, Witcher series is too complicated for me. I
I
have
You
to
can
say,
start off going the wrong direction just by heading
In the wrong
like
direction.
the wrong direction in that game.
I
Yes.
breathed in the wrong direction and went the wrong way in that game. I feel like I started that game and I was like, oh, I wonder what it looked like without this armor. It was gone forever. I don't know how to play anymore and the game's over. It's like, oh, I drank a potion. You finished The Witcher 3. You died. What? What the hell is going on in here? And it's like, oh, you need to do more.
I mean, but like literally, I played almost 60 hours in that game. I still hadn't completed the first like main story after the tutorial.
Oh, that's fucking
Like-
ridiculous.
I was like, that's stupid. How does this
Oh,
work?
I played Assassin's Creed for freaking 2 months before I finished the intro.
Yeah, that is true. Technically, you played Valhalla
That
for
is
2
true.
months before you got to
Right.
the end.
And there isn't a single Assassin's game I've played where I haven't wandered the entire fucking map where I'm not supposed to be there before I beat the game.
Yeah, that's normal in Assassin's Creed.
I'm a victim of that in Valhalla. I just roam around until I get everything.
Yes.
You know, it's
I
just-
broke Valhalla. I'm the only one out of all 4 of us that's done it. I broke it.
What?
What did you do?
Because it gave me all the locations and stuff, and I didn't have to buy it.
Oh
That's
yeah.
true. I remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, but the Assassin's Creed games are like, to me, one of the low end like RPG games.
Yeah, they are moderately RPG.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it falls into like what we were talking about with Porsche. Yes, you have the capability to like choose your skills, but that's it.
I mean, I
And
get
ultimately-
the argument to say they are RPG. I understand, but I mean, the new one's got a skill tree like goddamn Skyrim.
No
Yep.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes like
And of
far
course-
right for no goddamn reason, and you're not even using half these damn skills that you get, but you're still freaking using them.
And then you got people like me. It's like you start on one skill tree. You're like, you know what? Before I pick another skill tree, I'm gonna make this one complete.
Now I'm
I
just
don't even need half this shit.
I got a size complex, so I'm just like, let's make this constellation as big as fucking possible. Let's go.
Right?
But I'm like, is there a level cap? Because I haven't seen a level cap on it.
It's normally about 74.
Yeah,
Oh. Okay.
not like this wonderful game of Fallout 76 where the level cap does not exist.
What level cap?
What's a level cap?
What's a level cap? I don't know.
Well, see, the level cap in Assassin's Creed Origins depended on how many of the DLCs you bought.
Like a normal game nowadays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I think I'm at level
You have to
78
buy more to get more levels.
in Origins
It sounds
Because
about
I-
right.
because I
That's
bought all the
bonkers.
DLCs.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I still haven't beat the game. Because you gotta fight the fucking gods in the underworld and they fucking whip your ass.
That's still ridiculous.
I can't fight Egyptian gods. Are you out of your mind? They kill you. I'm
Nah.
max fucking level.
Oh, they're stupid strong in that game. I remember fighting against who's the alligator guy? All right.
yeah.
Let's go into our history. What do we know about Egypt? Alligator
Not a
guy's
damn
name
thing.
is I don't
Not
know.
Anubis.
I'm gonna call him Mr. Florida. But Mr. Florida used to come out of the sand and violate me. And I'm just like, how do I fight a giant alligator that eats the whole entire ground? I'm over there with a bow and arrow. Just like, pew! Yeah!
Well,
Praying.
I remember when I played on the PlayStation, I played Origins. And everybody did, doesn't anybody fight the elephants before they get above their level? It's like, yeah, I tried it. Guess what? The elephant ate my ass. It wasn't gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, well,
I'm freaking 10 levels higher than him, and he's still waffle stomping my ass. So I don't want to hear it. It took me an hour and a half to beat one elephant.
God damn!
Right? That
Well,
motherfucker was not happy with me.
Down to your personality. You have a tendency to ignore the fact that you're supposed to dodge.
No.
Yeah.
Whoa. First off here, Assassin's Creed has a long history since it's blessed us with the greatest Assassin's Creed game ever since Ezio Auditore. And when they
Oh,
gave us
yeah.
Black Flag, they made 4 bosses. And 3 of them got your hopes up that you were good. And 1 of them promised you it would violate you, your child, your grandparents, and everyone you looked at. I remember Black Flag. I was able to kill anything. Best ship in the world. Killed 3 ghost ships. Went to the twins. I was like, oh, I could kill 2 of these things. I just killed 3. Fought for like an hour killing 1. The second one turned to a suicidal freaking nightmare. And it was chasing me down, running my boat over, and I could never beat him. Fuck the
That sounds
twins.
about right.
Screw that one boss. And Unfortunately, Origins has an elephant just like that. And it hates your soul. It wants to freaking not kill you, just maim you enough where you suffer. It's terrible. I hate that goddamn thing. Assassin's Creed's mastered that.
Like I said, I remember posting it on YouTube and shit. And fucking people were like, "Oh, you should fight it when you're not above its level." Bitch, please. You should play the game and watch your mouth.
Yeah, no. I have to admit that, like, when it comes to Assassin's Creed, after Revelations, when they like gave me that horrible game to play, I was like, you know what? I'm done playing.
No.
I will never play again.
I absolutely hate the wolves and shit in Valhalla.
Yes, they're annoying.
They
I
are
hate
just
the
the most
polar bears.
obnoxious
Jump
freaking things in the
everywhere.
world.
Nope, polar bears. I hate polar bears.
Well, who the fuck wants to happily fight a polar bear?
That motherfucker
Ooh.
snuck up on me, and raped me from behind, and threw me in the water.
Did he turn you into a Coca-Cola bottle?
Yep.
Pretty close.
Pretty damn close. It wasn't friendly.
All right, so seeing as how we're talking RPGs, anyways.
Is
Original
Dave still
Nintendo.
dead?
Still here.
Dave's still here. He's like, I'm here. I don't know anything about Valhalla. I haven't played it yet.
I haven't played that one yet. I
No.
got nothing on that one. Final Fantasy XII is the one I'm on.
Dave is playing Final Fantasy as we speak. Live.
Yes, I am.
Playing Final Fantasy 12?
12.
Oh,
Zodiac.
yeah.
12.
Zodiac
So he has
Age.
the updated, he has the updated version of Zodiac of Final Fantasy 12. Much better combat system than
The combat
original.
system is really weird. Is it different than the original 12?
Yes, the original 12 was horrible. Not
Okay,
only that, but
it's
the
worse
skill
than
tree-
what this one is. Because
Oh,
this
it's
one, I
10
didn't see
times
them
worse.
stick along. Because I have 13 for the regular Xbox, my 360,
Yeah.
and it was nothing like this.
So 12 was on PS2. All right, so we're gonna start with that whole debacle. The skill tree system that you see in 12 Zodiac Age
Yeah,
is nothing like the original one.
okay.
So the original one was one board across it for each character. It gave you a start point in the middle of the board, and you had to work out from there.
Oh,
No
God.
no job class, no nothing.
Oh, God. At least I have, like, a job class for, like, mine. And, like, and granted,
you-
you can only pick one person per Zodiacs.
Yeah, but that's fine because you can at least build your character the way you want to.
Hey,
You know?
oh yeah, it's got a weird like setup, but the fighting engine for it is definitely unique. It takes
Yeah, it
a
is.
lot to get used to
But
because
the
you
first
run
one,
around.
the first one, you had one ultimate move on that entire board.
That's it.
So you had to go through the entire board and find the ultimate move.
Ooh. Okay.
No.
I gotta know.
Got like an ultimate move yet on mine.
Yeah.
I think I've like just right. I think I just found one, but still, like that would be suck if you'd have like an entire board and you only had one on there.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. So like I played the new one and I was like, oh, I can do this. Job-based system, too easy. So every chapter I just maxed out the job boards before I finished the chapter.
I mean, yeah, I guess that works.
Yeah. It does work. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like the game. I thought it was really good. But like
All right, we need to go into the whole detail of how older RPGs had the gratuitous ass shot in every cutscene. I was watching Dave for a solid hour, and I swear to God, I saw more paper butt cheeks than anyone ever.
I think that's the one crazy thing about that game. They did so much revamping to it.
It was
they
ridiculous.
updated not a single cutscene.
The cutscenes were like kind of during the game. It was weird.
Yeah.
But they didn't update them. They didn't like enhance the graphics. They didn't fix the like flaws of them. They were like, here you go. Here's this great new game. And PS2 graphics go.
PS2 graphics away. Cue the corners.
You're like, what?
Copy, paste, transfer.
It takes a long time to make that 1 gigabyte of a game.
Yeah,
You're right. You were absolutely right.
that was hard work. Just shake it out there.
You know, I just remembered I have my PS1 version of Suikoden, the CD, and I can play that on the PS4.
Ooh. Wait, ew, PS4.
Fuck you.
It got so exciting that I was like,
I'm sorry that you guys still. Only
I just
play
pictured
Xbox.
holding that controller and having to deal with that stupid, random, useless button in the middle and being like, nah, I'm good.
I don't ever use the random button in the middle. So.
Well, nobody does.
The
It doesn't do
only
anything.
PlayStation boy.
Me and Mr. Deadpool over there found one game that it was used for, and it opened the map.
Yep.
Oh, I actually do know a couple that do that.
Greatest PlayStation game ever. Don't matter what you play. Is Rogue Stormer. Not Rogue Stormers. Yes, Rogue Stormers. Was that it?
No, it's
No. Oh,
Super
that was it.
Dungeon Brothers?
Hold
Nope,
on, let me find it.
Nope.
Let me
Nope.
find it.
He's got it. It's the only game
got it.
where you could violate the shit out of your teammates and will definitely lose.
Oh, Hellraiser. No, the little guy.
Yeah, Hellraisers.
Yeah, Helldivers.
Helldivers. Yes.
It's the world's greatest game ever.
When you have to sit there and be like, I'm going to put a turret down. And you just
Yeah.
mow down everyone. You do sorry.
Your teammate included.
Everyone.
I'm
Yeah.
starting up the turret, duck.
You're crawling around like it's like old freaking Super C.
Oh God.
Oh, that game is great. I don't know how many nights we've all played that and fucking we were violating each other.
There's nothing wrong with a friendly fire like bullet shooter game. All right.
Friendly fire
You
games are
know-
dangerous, especially with me, because I'm just like, screw it. Big, heavy gun, mad bullets that direction. Sucks to be anybody else.
Yeah.
When we first started playing the game, we didn't know it was friendly fire, death instantaneous kind of thing.
I can see that. That had to
And
be
so
hilarious.
we were playing, and he was shooting one way, I was shooting the other, and guy stopped coming. He turned around and lit me the fuck up like nobody's business. My bad.
Oops.
Yeah.
That game was fun on
Nah.
PlayStation. What was that giant bug game? Earth Defenders?
Oh yeah.
Earth Defenders,
Earth Defense
yes.
Force?
Yeah, Earth Defense Force. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know it's not
Yeah,
like
that
an
was not-
PlayStation exclusive or nothing, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. That one
Oh.
like had the same engine as like some of the old school like mech games, which was fun.
Yeah, the old school mech games, those were a pain in the ass. They'd be like, here, walk around in a mech suit. But by the way, the mech suit doesn't really walk very good. Enjoy.
Earth Defender Force had the best mission in the world where you called in like a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger of a freaking robot
Yes.
to fight a giant bug. It was like that moment you want in every mech game where you're like a little guy and you're like, oh no. Then they're like, send in the robot. And you're like, what? Now you're fucking a transmorphomagizer. Just cranking across a field, slow-mo punching every robot you see, and you're like, this is the greatest day of my life! And there's no way in hell for you to lose, but you're just pummeling away with this little baby bitch robot. It's
That's
every
funny.
moment you want how to end a game.
Yes.
That is why in Fallout 76 I wear Liberty Prime armor, because in Fallout 4 you got to call in Liberty Prime and blow everybody up.
That is true.
It's the greatest thing in the world to be a giant robot and blow everything up.
Yeah. Now, I was gonna say that like that setup has been overused so much, but it's so great.
You cannot overuse blowing people up.
No, the giant mech is overused.
Oh, that
No, it's not.
sentence could have gone so south. All right.
we all know that.
This is not
We
the
love-
porn industry.
No, it is not. But they have robots too. Shut
Yes,
don't
they
judge.
do.
They do.
Oh, you want to really hear about us getting off track? Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Let's really segue. We're into freaking likes. Because we're eventually, this is going to lead to Cyberpunk's freaking customization of the crotch. So this is going somewhere. All right? And I'm going to talk about how big of a freaking wang you could put on your guy in Cyberpunk. And how you can use it as a weapon.
I
A
won't even talk
detachable
about
weapon.
Cyberpunk because it's one of the biggest letdowns of an RPG ever.
Cyberpunk is a massive RPG.
No, but it's a
but it
letdown.
sucked. It was the hugest
It is
letdown ever.
Such a letdown. Like
Which
you
is
took such
crazy.
an awesome world for a tabletop RPG and you destroyed it. Straight up destroyed it.
Well, I mean, literally, they could have just kind of ripped off Grand Theft Auto 5 and gotten away with it. There was
I would've
nothing
taken
stopping them. Rockstar doesn't give a shit. I mean, Rockstar's made so much money off GTA 5 that they would be able to just not even look that direction. Be like, oh, good enough, guys. Good job.
Yeah,
We tried. Thanks for the extra money.
like I was so pumped about that game.
Yeah,
And the
everyone
fact
was.
that they,
Had Keanu Reeves in it.
I know.
Keanu Reeves plays Silver Fist. How badass is that?
Like they just came out with Werewolf.
It's
The
freaking awesome.
Apocalypse. I haven't played it yet. I want to buy it and play it.
It made me want to
I'm
play
like-
Wolfenstein.
Did it?
Yeah, that's what it makes me want to play. What the hell is going
No,
on? I like
They have-
shooting Nazis. Get out of here.
There's nothing wrong with shooting Nazis.
I know. Tell Indiana Jones. He did it for like 30 years straight.
Now there would be a fun RPG game for them to make. Let's do Indiana Jones with all of these like movies wrapped up into one video game. Think about the fun we could have with that.
All right, we're building
Didn't
it.
they make a bunch of Indiana Jones ones that you pretty much
Yes, they
ran
made
around?
those. We're not talking about those. Those are bad things to talk about.
We're not talking about.
We're
those.
talking
We
about
want something
movies to
like-
video games is something that's just as bad as video game to movie.
Oh God.
Anybody remember the
Super
Iron
Mario
Man
Brothers.
game? Yeah. Every time you meet
Was
an
it?
Iron Man fan, and they're like, I love Marvel Universe. I love Iron Man. Yeah? How was it on PS2? And they do, what? I was like, all right,
Yeah,
fine.
no.
How about on Xbox 360? Did you play Iron Man? No, because it sucked.
Because it
Not
sucked.
only
You
that,
don't do that.
Did you see the horrible experience they created with VR?
No. There's some, okay. VR is touchy territory for this guy.
Iron Man VR.
I don't even want to know what the hell that. What do you do? Do they blur the vision so you're always drunk and then just give you a mecha suit?
They try to like set it up so that you have the Jarvis screen in front of you,
Okay.
No.
and you use the wands for the like hands and stuff like. It was horrible.
Let's be realistic here. If you had the ability to ask a computer anything you want and it could figure it out for you in your helmet, in your own private world, nobody's searching how to fight off a criminal.
No.
Everybody's doing what's the stupidest shit I can make this goddamn robot search for.
What kind of stupid answers can it give?
What?
You? Why do hot dogs come in packs of 10 and hot dog buns come in pack of 8?
Basically, you're like, hey Jarvis, you're so smart. Why is gold? Was it gold called gold before the color was gold? What the hell's going on
Yes.
here? You'd be like, I don't know what the hell you're looking for. Is an orange orange or is an orange called that because it's the color orange? You're screwing me up here, Jarvis. And be like, I don't know. I'm like, that's right, I'm smarter than you. I'm like, well, what's the answer? I don't know either.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm excited about Diablo.
I'm gonna put us directly back on track. Top 4 RPG games of your lifetime. What do you got, Dave?
Ooh.
The Final Fantasy VII.
Ooh.
I liked Chrono Trigger. That was a really good one.
I think Chrono Trigger has one of the greatest names for RPGs.
Yes.
It just flows. There's like Chrono Trigger. And you're like, oh, wow, it sounds interesting. It's about guns. Well, hey, that makes sense. And you're like, oh,
Right.
Chrono. I picture like weird machines and mechas. And you're like, oh, shit. This actually made sense. Because like Final Fantasy doesn't have that. You're like, Final Fantasy, Orcs and Goblins. They're like, not today, guy. How about like steampunk and swords and giant chickens?
Yeah.
And they're like, that is not what I was shooting towards. All right.
Let's
All
see.
right.
My other two. I wouldn't know. I have to think about that.
See, I'm
bunch.
unfortunately I'm like a variety. It's like I have to have an Assassin's Creed game in there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Like, well, you have
Probably
Fallout here too. Like that's
Yep.
in there.
Fallout's an RPG.
Yep.
The whole genre of Fallout falls into an RPG status.
Yeah.
If you say Fallout
Yeah.
76, you're going to get a 50-50 result. 50% of people will be like, oh, that's cool. The other 50 would be like, you don't know what the hell a video game is, asshole.
Yeah.
You're right. They would have had to play Fallout 76 during the first like year that it was out.
I played it on day one,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed it, and I got violated for 3 months straight. And then I did, this is rough.
Fuck. And we
Yeah.
left for a while, and then they're like, "Oh, we've got first, where you have your own server. That's awesome. Let's do that." Because
Yeah,
I'm really
private
tired of
world.
dealing
I'm
with
by
you.
myself. Yay! I feel so lonely.
Yeah.
Then Insolbot comes up to you and he's all like, "You have no friends. That's why you're a first member." I'm like, "Go fuck yourself, Insolbot." Thanks, Fallout. You mean bastards. Like, you're causing suicides across the nation. All right, so Dave's got Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Fallout series. I don't know
And
how
then
much
I
you
liked.
played.
Then you got Metal Gear Solid. Which was pretty good.
Whoa, he threw in a first-person shooter besides Fallout. It's okay.
Yeah.
Does Metal Gear Solid count as
Solid
RPG?
was actually pretty.
Metal Gear Solid is not an RPG.
I don't think it's an RPG.
That is a first person. Well, not even first person, because some of the series is third person. Like action shooter genre. Stealth based
I
game.
don't
There's
see
no
that being.
build in Metal Gear Solid.
That's like
More of a
saying Gears of War is
storyline.
an RPG.
What?
Gears of War
More
is
It's
of a
like
different.
saying
storyline.
Gears. Gears is definitely not RPG.
No.
That's it. I'm going to Google. What is? Let's hit the
I can't-
Wikipedia Metal Gear Solid. I don't think it's an RPG.
I don't think
I
you
don't
can
think it is
classify
either.
it. I don't think you can classify it as
They
an
probably
RPG.
classify it as a shooter.
Please, publisher, genre, action, adventure, stealth.
Yeah, that sounds about
Okay.
right.
Shooter.
Okay. It didn't put. It says stealth. Let's see the description of a stealth game. A stealth game is a type of video game in which the player primarily uses stealth to avoid overcoming opponents. Games in genre typically allow the player to remain undetected by hiding, sneaking, or using disguises, aka stealth. Some games allow players to choose between a stealthy approach. Okay. Yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah, I don't think that counts as an RPG.
No.
You played that freaking. What the hell was that weird game you were playing, Dave? Where you were the guy and you couldn't jump.
Oh God. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. That is.
That's a great description. That you actually knew what the hell that meant.
I knew
They
exactly. That's Greedfall.
Greedfall. Games like that are RPG.
That's
That's an
new.
RPG.
That's something new. I didn't even think about that one for like ones that I would like jump to right away. I'm trying.
Yeah,
That one.
I don't know if I'd put that on the top of the list, but like,
Yeah, it's on the list, but it wouldn't be near the top.
it's a pretty.
What about for
brutal-
Ken?
All right, Ken.
We got to get Ken.
Ken's RPGs. What does Ken know? Well, obviously an Assassin's Creed game, but you got to pick one. One Assassin's
jeez.
Creed game.
Oh,
Above
Jesus
all.
Christ.
That's easy for me. I already know how to do that.
Mine would have to be Assassin's Creed 2.
2. Jeez.
Okay.
A little bit
Go
more
all the way
mature
back
Enzo, but
to the
still
beginning.
a little immature and trying to bang chicks.
Yeah.
Still, it's all the way back at the beginning with the Ezio saga, but it also has Desmond. It
Yeah,
had a
Desmond
nice-
made a huge
nice
impact on it.
Bleed had a nice bleed between the in and the out of the anime.
Yeah.
I never leave the Animus anymore.
Neither do I.
Assassin's Creed has turned into just like human VR as Viking.
Yep. I don't leave the animus.
There's
Where
nothing
am I?
outside. I left it once and I was like, oh, I'm stuck at a house like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Why
they
would
don't
I
even
leave?
let you explore nothing.
Like-
Useless.
Used to be able to leave as Desmond and wander around those like temples and stuff. And I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, this is cool. You had to do that mission and was it Revelations? We had to go through the stadium and stuff. That was
Oh my
cool.
God.
Yep. Yeah.
I still hate that game. I hate Revelations.
It's just one of those things that, like, Revelations was one of those games that suffered so much from you need to finish the story because you already did 2 games with this character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it was so broken when it first came out. It was so broke. It was bad.
Not only was it broken, but it was so forced
Oh yeah,
that it just
that
just
turned into
killed
an
me.
Assassin's Creed thing. Now Valhalla's forced. We didn't need to know about some Viking guy. Now we're just getting new characters. They're just shoving those down our throat like it's going out of style.
Oh,
Yeah.
And just using the name and not just pumping out games by the name.
I'm gonna have to Google number 1 RPG of 2020. I'm curious.
It
Continue
should be
with
Chrono Trigger. Oh, are you talking about just for 2020?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's your second game, Ken? I can go with Assassin's Creed 2. I like that option.
Yeah, I like that option.
My second game, either gonna have to be Fallout 4.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it'd be Fallout 4. I like
Alright.
Fallout 4. You know,
I have a
Normally,
sweet spot for that.
I was gonna say a lot of people go to that New Vegas, like they love that New Vegas.
I love New Vegas just because you can chop Caesar's head off.
Yes.
New Vegas was good.
So it's nice to hear that change of pace. Like
4 has a
Fallout.
sweet spot for me. 4 was a type of game. I know everybody, honestly, if you ask the Fallout community, oh, what's the greatest Fallout game? They're all like, Fallout 3. I'm like, screw you. It's like, Nikki Valentine's the shit.
yes.
Nick Valentine's badass. Fallout 4 allowed me the first time I could train a Deathclaw to slap the shit out of somebody else besides me.
Yes, you could.
And that was a
I
good
could
day.
be friend of Deathclaw.
I had a pet Deathclaw hanging out with my pet dog, and it would run up and slap the shit out of anybody in front of me.
That was great.
It was the
All
best.
right.
I was able to walk around buck ass naked and be like, "No, what, bitch?" And my Deathclaw would show up, I'm like, "Nah." It didn't matter.
So we got Assassin's Creed 2, Fallout 4. What else you got, Ken?
Well, of course, seeing that Sean ruined my whole night. My time at Portia. Love that game.
Yeah.
I'm
Love it.
still on the edge about that. I don't know.
It's a light RPG.
I
won't
don't
say that it's a very
think so.
like
I don't
You've
believe it.
been looking
Yeah.
through Google? Google.
I'm
shit.
gonna have to Google
Google
it. I'm terrified to Google my time at Portia.
So am I.
know what it's
It might
classified
break
as.
my computer.
I already know what it's classified as.
All right, I don't know, man. I don't know. My time at
It's an
that is
action
the
adventure
wrong goddamn button.
simulation RPG.
No, I don't think
Yes.
it's an RPG. I don't follow. No, don't go to Steam and buy it. That's a bad idea. What the hell is wrong with you?
Bad idea.
And Steam gets you again.
It is action role playing simulation.
RPG.
It's an RPG.
Technically, it's an ARP. Bam!
It's
Get your
an
health
ARP.
insurance, son.
It's an old people game.
I'm not trying to break no bones
Action
with
role
it.
playing. I guess it is role playing, so I guess it fits. A subgenre of video games that combine core elements for both the action game and the role playing genre.
Yeah.
We'll count it.
It's a role playing game.
It's a role
whether you
playing
like it or
game.
not.
We'll count it as Portia as one. Portia is special. I don't know. It's something
Portia is a very special game.
It is, and I enjoy Portia. I've played it. I'm on my third playthrough right now.
I think
Jesus
Portia is
Christ.
special to me because it was one of those games that like we and Ken found, and we were just like, oh, this looks neat.
I probably would not have picked it up if it wasn't for you and Ken.
It's just one of those games that just really settled in, and I was like, wow, this is actually not too bad.
Yeah.
And it was free on Xbox.
Yes, it was.
Free is for me. That's why we played freaking Tough Mudder game. Or Mudder
Hey.
Truck.
Oh, God.
Hey, that motor truck was the fucking shit.
Shit was hard as fuck.
And what's Ken's last game?
All right, number 4, Ken.
Number 4 is Diablo.
Oh!
Oh,
Damn!
yeah. Diablo 3 was pretty good.
I love
Was
Diablo
pretty
3.
good, he says. Pretty good.
I
D3
spent
is
many hours
definitely
playing, all right?
good.
I'm just saying Diablo. You guys can pick a number. I don't care.
You
which
don't
one
need to pick a
pick.
number.
They're
They're all
good.
great.
No.
They're all
Picking up
just the best. It comes down to Diablo. You could find anybody that's like, I don't like playing those third-person like dungeon crawler games. You're like, go to hell, guy. Play Diablo. It's like, oh, I never played Diablo. That's why you don't like them.
That's why you don't like to go play
Would you play
Diablo.
Diablo? You'll like them.
Actually, I won't say that because Baldur's Gate 2 Dark Alliance for the PlayStation, outstanding game.
But it's still not Diablo.
Whatever. You're right.
There's
it's
no
a
way
rip-off of
around it.
Diablo.
Diablo has took the dungeon crawler and made it so good. It was perfected. It was insane.
Yes, it was.
No other. I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of copies. I want to be Diablo. Like you go out there and there's like, what the fuck is that? What's that popular one? Not Overwatch. The other game. The Paladin. No, not Paladins. Shit. It's like it's fucking. It's really popular, and I don't know what the fuck it's called. People play it all the
Ah.
time. It's been around for like probably like 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
Great.
The
I have
fuck's
no
it
idea.
called? But yeah, that game's still not like Diablo. Diablo has something about the characters where the skill trees are flawless.
Yeah, but some of them are broken.
Well, they're supposed to be broken. That's the beauty. Yeah, the mage is broken. It's been broken since game one, and I think they do it on purpose.
Yes, they do. Because if you're willing to deal with the first half of the game as the mage, where you're getting raped consistently, by the time you get your like top tier skills,
We need to put out there
You
that it's not
deserve-
literally getting raped because this is Diablo and there's a lot of demons,
yeah,
and that it's a possibility. There's dudes skewered through the bunghole.
yeah. But if you can deal with that, and then you get your mage up to that high level where he gets his high level spells and skills, you deserve to be a beast.
You need to kind of pull like a Chris. See, when I did a thing with Chris, and Chris can't play first person shooters. I was playing Borderlands 1. I was like, Chris, I bet you could do it. There's a skill tree. You're good at skill trees. He's like, I suck at shooters. I'm like, that's cool. This is the soldier. He has a turret. It does the shooting for you. And he was like, oh shit, I don't even have to be good. No, here's a shotgun that shoots really fast and really broad. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he got into it. Yeah, he got into it then. You almost have to do that in Diablo. You gotta be someone that's like, I can't play dungeon crawls. Well, here's a mage. Just hold down the X or the A button, and the arcane spirits will automatically find stuff to kill.
Yes.
And you don't do anything. You just hold the button, stand still, and it will kill everything.
It will just do your work for you. Enjoy.
Jess has a mage. She's level 56. That has plus 37,000% damage.
Yes, that sounds about right.
It's bonkers. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I was like, what is this?
When I was playing with Sam, I had a mage that I had to stop playing because she literally couldn't kill anything. She got tired of playing with me.
Well, it's just insane. I mean, me and freaking Ken were playing. God damn, we had freaking like all the legendary gear. We farmed all the raids at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just get just disgusting in it.
Oh, we farmed the fuck out of the entire game.
Yeah. It was nuts.
I would say,
but it was still a great game.
Awesome.
If I'm ever
it
at
was
somewhere
awesome.
and someone's like, "Oh, we should play a 4-player game," I'm like, Diablo,
Diablo.
because it reminds me so much of playing Gauntlet Legends.
Yes.
Oh my god,
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
such a great like multiplayer game.
Yeah, my list is a little skewered. So,
All right, it's your turn.
going mine. We're going mine. Oh yeah. Okay, so Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Because I love
Oh, we
Assassin's
knew
Creed.
that was coming.
Yeah,
Well, that's
pirate
it. You
things.
like pirates.
Pirate things. Yeah, pirate things. And I'm gonna put a game on there that is the only game that I've never beaten because it sucks so bad, but it's important in history. And it was Legends of Alendar.
Oh my god.
The game was the worst game I ever played in my life. That was the first game I ever played as an RPG that made me not want to ever play an RPG.
Oh, it's almost like Stardew.
Dude, no, I
Are you
played
talking
it.
about Kingdoms of Amalur?
No. Legends of Alendar. It was on PS2. Not only could I not play it, now this is why it was glorious. Now, I'm used to me not being able to complete RPGs. I've watched you and Chris complete games that I look at. I'm like, damn, I'm never gonna finish Blue Dragon. I ain't got the patience for 9 discs. So
Oh yeah, that was a beast game. Holy
but
fuck.
like, Chris couldn't complete Legends of Alendar.
I don't know if I ever played that one.
I never seen a game where it took so much patience that not even Chris could sit through it.
Yeah,
That
takes a
is
lot.
going somewhere.
We bought it. Me and Chris went to GameStop. Not GameStop, sorry. EB Games.
Oh wow.
EV game.
We're talking PS2 here because Chris had the PS2. We played a little bit of it. We went to trade it in 2 days later. It was worth a penny.
Wow.
And Chris did. That's more than this game's worth. Just take it.
All right. So
That game was
what about
iconically locked in. I was like, that's the only game where I've looked at it and been like, nope, not even worth time.
that is going somewhere.
That's terrible. Because Chris can play anything that just requires you to sit there and just go through a little simple story.
Yeah.
So I can
What's
never go
number
back.
3 for
Number
you?
3 would be probably Suikoden 3.
Yes. Love
Yeah, I
that
think it has to be
Suikoden.
3. Because that's the only game that I couldn't finish that stupid dragon.
Yeah,
That
dragon
game,
was a
that's
beast.
another fucking character. I never saw it again. I was ready the second time. That first time I wasn't, but it snuck up on me at
You
level
only
like
get one
3.
chance to fight that
Yeah.
dragon.
I know. Well, I was like level fucking 3. Sorry, I took a left at Albuquerque. Where the hell you going, Dave Bob?
Standing up.
The right
We
joystick,
are not
son.
done. Sit your ass down.
You sit down in that chair.
You are not allowed to leave. Stop fucking with shit.
Wiggle the right joystick, not the left one.
Right joystick.
Yep,
Alright,
I couldn't
for
fight. I
number
beat that
4?
dragon. Number 4. Number 4. It's gonna have to be Gauntlet Legends.
Yeah.
Gauntlet Legends is the only game that I have blue screen of death in the arcade machine on. I went to Sliders. Now, granted, Sliders is out of date, a little beat up. But me, Steve, Jess, we were
I
playing
did not
3
do
players.
that.
Sit your freaking fedora ass down! I'm talking about Gauntlet Legends here. It's glorious. And we all freaking used a special ability at the same time, and it crashed it. Blue screen of death, black text, and it never worked again. That machine's still there, broken, unplugged.
Oh, wow. That's going somewhere.
But there's never been
That thing
any
is
other
great.
RPG game in an arcade that I've ever gotten to play.
Yeah, there wasn't many that were in like the arcades that were playable.
No, RPGs
Like,
back in the
Blood-
day were like a dirty thing to say. Like, oh, I stayed home and played Dungeons and Dragons. And everyone's like, psh, I play Street Fighter. You're like, okay.
Only arcade like RPGs I can think of besides Gauntlet Legends is King's Quest. And that was an obnoxious game.
Or Beast Quest, too.
It just made me think of Beast Wars. Shit. Never thought I needed to see a T-Rex fight a gorilla. But I did.
On so many levels.
And then he turned into a dragon. Then I saw a dragon fight a gorilla. A silverback gorilla. That was good.
All right.
All right.
We're gonna get.
All right, Sean. You can only pick 4.
Oh, God.
Top 4. Now, all full viewer discretion. Half of these don't even make sense because they're probably from some small little Japanese town that we don't know about.
Yep. Like it was now.
They were released at limited release. 5 people downloaded them off of the Nintendo store.
All right. So my first one will always be Chrono Trigger.
How come nobody ever picks Chrono Cross? What's up with that? No love for Chrono. No sequel love here.
There is no sequel love for Chrono Cross.
Yeah, I guess
they took an outstanding concept of a game, tried to 3D it, and then destroyed the plot.
The hell out of it.
Destroyed the plot. The entire plot was destroyed.
Yeah, they literally took a sequel and they decided to change the way the whole story was meant to be told.
Yes.
It changed it all.
Just destroyed it. No. Chrono Cross is not talked about. All right.
Or like the prequel.
Saving grace to Chrono Cross was that when you bought it, they gave you Chrono Trigger on the PlayStation.
Yeah, it came with free content. I miss when games used to do that.
All right.
You had a free game when you bought the game. So you're like, oh shit. What the hell game? Oh. Nobody can compete with Doom when it comes to that. I don't care. A new Doom game. I know Dave played it.
Yep.
Oh, Doom Eternal?
Yeah, and obviously I played it. I played it on super duper fucking like melt your soul out level, and it's amazing.
Oh, God.
It's absolutely amazing. But the achievements in that game give you the game.
Yeah.
How cool is that? I freaking ran around, killed a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, click this button,
Here's
download Doom
Doom.
64. What? I kept going. I was fighting stuff. I was like, download Doom now. I was like, what? Now I have all the Doom games. I got like 6 games out of 1 by just murdering and violating demons.
All right, so
Doom Guy's gonna be in the next Diablo. I'm calling it now.
What?
I'm calling it now. They're good. I guarantee you, they're gonna put a Doom Guy skin in the next Diablo.
That would be awesome. I'd take it.
It makes sense. You fight demons as Doom Guy in Diablo.
That would be awesome.
Hell yeah.
My second one would probably be Dragon. I have to say a series because it's the Dragon Quest series.
Dragon Quest series. Ooh.
Yeah.
You gotta pick one. No, this ain't fair. I could have chosen Assassin's Creed.
You gotta
anything.
pick one.
You gotta pick
I
one.
gotta pick the
one?
entire series of freaking Assassin's Creed.
Shit. I'm gonna have to go with. We're gonna have to go all the way back to Dragon Warrior 2 then. On the Nintendo.
For anybody under the age of 30, that
This
was
doesn't know
before
that.
2 buttons were on a controller.
Well, technically 4, and then a D-pad.
Yeah.
The start and select button didn't
Start
Those don't
select
start select
A, B.
ones didn't count because those were just action buttons. A and B were doing stuff in the game. You never use start and select in the game. It's just a
Actually,
reset.
Dragon Warrior actually required you to hit start in order for you to get to your item menu.
It's useless. It's useless.
Right. We're looking at a controller that had a D-pad and 2 fucking buttons.
I
It
don't
was
care.
the
No
thickness of
joysticks.
like a deck of cards.
Don't
Yeah.
care. I still love the game. I actually
that-
bought it on the Switch as soon as it came out.
Oh,
I can't say shit. I use a modified freaking Super Nintendo controller to play Fall Guy.
There you go.
I was streaming it one day, and one guy's like, "What are you playing on?" And I held it up, and it was like, "Seriously, a joystick modified SNES controller?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yes. Let's be real about this. That's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
If I could
Alright.
find a USB N64 controller, I'd be using it for all these games. I'd be playing Fallout on an N64 controller with that crappy ass joystick, just like, "Yay! My thumb's bleeding, but it's worth it."
I can see that.
It'd be amazing.
Third. Oh. See, this is hard for me because I love all my RPGs.
You love them all, but some people actually
When you
make a decision to
have-
not love them all.
When you have a 300-page CD book filled with video games.
Dude's flipping through his CDs like freaking Ken used to flip through his Usher CDs. Just going through them all, like, I don't know which one to play. And then he gets to page 12, and he's like, "Well, that's the end of Blue Dragon." And then he goes through 2 more pages, and he's like, "Oh, there's all the Final Fantasy series." Then he gets to the end, and he was like, "They're not alphabetical." Like, "Oh, Blue Dragon 2, son of a bitch, is the other half of the book." Oh, damn.
Actually, one of the oddball like games is my number 3, and that would be Lost Odyssey on the Xbox.
Lost Odyssey. An
It took
Xbox game. A freaking Xbox game.
Yes.
Suck on that PlayStation. That's what you get.
I'm still mad that they never transferred that to the PlayStation. 'Cause it's such a
PlayStation's
great
not
game.
worthy. That's just how it is.
Such a great game. It's one of the few games that like I actually got extremely pissed at because the original version of the game I bought, my 3rd disc was corrupted. So I've been
Oh, that's how everybody
are in the
talks
year
about Final
2020.
Fantasy VII.
This
You know,
multi-disc
it-
thing's fucked up.
I got all the way to the
Fifth,
3rd disc, and I was in Iraq at the time. So I was like, all right, I'll play this game because I got plenty of time. Get to the 3rd disc. Can't continue the story. I had 7 months left.
I had that effect with Wild Arms 2.
Oh,
Yes.
Never finished it because the second disc didn't work.
So
Womp, womp.
You know what I
so
don't miss?
definitely-
I don't miss putting in the wrong disc and being like, "Oh, you need to insert disc 1 to start this game." You're like, son of a bitch. And you gotta
Yeah.
like open up your PlayStation, boot all the way back to that stupid little cube menu, and then put in the
Yeah.
first disc, and you're like, here we go, finally. It's like, I was just getting comfortable, and I gotta get up and swap discs. Get out of here. What is this?
And
Titanic
then-
on VHS?
I think for my
Like-
final one, I'll have to go to a dungeon crawler, like old school map out the Etrian Odyssey 1. Had to draw your own map while you're like leveling up. You had
It got real quiet, real fast, because all 3 of us just did. The fuck is
Oh,
that?
what?
I heard train, and I was just like, shit, you're like an actual, like, Thomas the Tank Engine, and you collect guys, and you gotta draw your own maps, so you're making, like, this train circuit, and you're going around town, and you're just like, choo-choo, dungeon crawler, choo-choo! You're like,
No,
toot,
Etrian
toot!
Odyssey was great.
Toot,
It was
toot.
a dungeon crawler, like first person view. You don't ever actually see the characters that you make. Like we're talking like the old school original computers where you used your
like
keyboard to like
Doom!
go forward, backwards, and
Click,
everything.
click,
Like
click,
Doom.
click.
Yeah, you do like left and right. Damn, son, that's like Oregon Trail old.
Control S.
But it had an auto map feature, So like once you got to the point where you had to like level grind, you just made a square on the map and then you let them walk around in circles until you ran out of health potions.
I just pictured a very complicated game of Snake.
Yeah.
It's very much what it was like.
You know what game didn't make any of our lists, which I'm really surprised because I know Sean's played it a lot and I've played it. But Breath of Fire 3.
Great game.
Great
But if
game.
you're asking for like top level games, like I still have like a lot of games that would come before that. Because you got the Fantasy Star series, you have Persona, you have all kinds of different like games.
The
that
dot
are so
hack
cool.
games were never played by this
Dot
guy.
hack.
I refused to play dot hack for one sole reason. When I went to I remember going to EB Games again. EB Games making a big comeback. EB Games. And I looked at the shelf and I was like, I'm going to play dot hack. And I looked and there were 7 games.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know what's number 1. None of these are like dot hack 1. No, they're like dot hack virus, dot hack tribulation. I'm like, yo, I'm 12. I don't know the name of this or what that long ass word is.
So
like,
the
I
nice thing is
literally
they recently
can't
came out
find
with
it.
the, like, remake of that, which had all the games on one game.
Well, obviously,
So,
because
which
you
actually
remember
fun to
PlayStation
play.
1 discs and PS2 discs were only like a gig.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
lucky again, that whole Final Fantasy VII thing where you had 7 discs, and by the time you get to the 7th disc, it's got 15 minutes worth of playtime, and then it's over. You're like, what the fuck?
I want to bring that back for one game. I just want one PS5, Xbox freaking X game that's just 4 disc long, jam packed, and you're just like, why is this game 700 hours? And you
I
look
would
at,
not even be mad.
and it needs to have
If you
like
give
an
me a game like that,
unnecessary
I'd be
level
happy.
of mini game requirements. just like Final Fantasy X Blitzball annoying requirements. Nobody liked
What is
Blitzball. I don't care anybody that watches this and they ever comment. Nobody liked Blitzball. Blitzball was trash. It was annoying. It was rugby for space people.
Not only that, but it was the only thing that made it annoying was the only way to progress some of that game was to play Blitzball, which
Forced you to play a freaking mini game.
in order to get the best weapons in the game, you had to play Blitzball.
It's ridiculous.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
No, I just couldn't get into that game. But no, I'm
No.
surprised. Breath of Fire 3 didn't make anyone's list.
I was saying I didn't even make it to Fire Emblem. All right.
Okay, guy. You only get 4. Fire Emblem don't count. It's off the list. It doesn't exist. It's just a normal RPG, whatever game.
Tactics game.
All the other games that you did not list do not count.
Like I said, that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes down to it, there's so many RPGs out there that I could have added.
Oh god, there's just so many that you can just keep going on.
Yeah.
Like you can just start going on, start figuring out from there.
I gotta Google Legends of Alendar.
Now you know a game that I am surprised that didn't make anybody's list is Breath of the Wild.
Okay, here we go. Breath of the Wild. This is where it's gonna. Now, currently, Sean, me and you and Ken has played. God damn, I forgot about the size of that guy's forehead. Oh, you want to know what my number 5 would have been?
What?
The one game that I know I have beat that none of you have?
What's that?
Shenmue.
I have not bought the third one.
Yeah,
Right.
I have made it through 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, bitch. You know how hard it is to play the second one when it's not even in fucking English?
It is in English now.
Now it's in English, but it was a pain in the ass. I had to play it in French. Fucking French. That's bullshit. Because there's parts of English and you're like trying to make right decisions and interrogate people about a crime in a different language.
You're just guessing at that.
You're just winging it, doing. There's no way it's always the first option. So let's try a couple of the middle ones. Nope, failed that one. That guy died. Start over.
Right, restart at last checkpoint.
Yeah. That game was ridiculous. The only reason it's not top 4 because that game is the most frustrating game in existence. That game put me through so much hell. I swear, that's how I got a gray hair. That was the first gray hair I got. I was playing the game and was
That
like,
was your first gray hair?
what do you want me to do, game? what is it? And they're like, just walk down
Come
this
on.
alley at 12:13 p.m. and look over at this building. Well, it's 12:15. Well, wait another day. What? Oh, it's
What?
only on Sundays. Okay.
No.
I gotta wait a whole week. How long's that? That's a standard hour and 15 minutes in game time. Excuse me?
Yeah.
I've wasted so much time just being like, I'm gonna do kung fu in a parking lot. Woo! Kung
Right?
fu
And then you miss
parking
it by
lot.
30 seconds. You're like, God damn it!
Like, oh, gotta go to
Yeah.
my daily job racing forklifts, and then I gotta come home, do kung fu in parking lot, and then go to bed, get up, do my job, then go investigate this guy getting ran over. What the shit? Why am I living this guy's life so detailed?
That game is very frustrating to play. Nothing you can say about it. Like,
I didn't put Skies of Arcadia on that list just for the fact that GameCube did it dirty.
GameCube played it
They
dirty.
played it dirty. I
They
love Skies
did,
of Arcadia, but they played
it's
it
a
dirty.
great game.
All right, I'm going off track because Kyle made a comment earlier in the night
Oh, okay.
about a T-Rex fighting a gorilla.
Yeah, Beast Wars. Amazing.
Yep. I'm
The
going
cheetah
completely off
animation
track.
is the top par quality of regretting that somebody accepted that job.
Who's looking
Yes.
forward to Godzilla beating up King Kong?
Oh, no, not just Godzilla. Okay, so I love monster movies. I know. I like weird shit. But
Okay.
I
You're
know
saying
this
this
story.
to the child who used to sleep with a Freddy Krueger doll.
Yeah.
Hey, I still have that pretty cool doll.
Hey.
Thank you.
Chef don't judge fetishes. But no, I know this story. In the old movie, way before my time, ye old times, back when people were like still always wearing suits and they were making weird culty kung fu movies, Godzilla fights King Kong. I don't know if you saw the sweet trailer where it mashes them together. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes.
King Kong looks like he's like has diabetes or something, and he's dying of like mange. It's horrific. But this is the movie that will introduce Mecha Godzilla.
Yes. Yes, it is.
If it goes like the old one, this is where Mecha Godzilla comes in.
So in the trailer, he's actually teased. He's on the screen. Like they have when
like
they're
a
showing
little
the screen.
glimpse. It's possible. There's a chance that, but doesn't just because he's there doesn't mean that they're going to use him. Could just be
Yeah,
a
that's
little like
true.
that could have been an after credit scene that they threw in there. But
I
this is the
know.
one that should have Mecha Godzilla. The movie Skull Island was probably the greatest King Kong movie I've ever seen in my life.
Well, that's because he went to old school. It was just a bunch of big animals beating the living shit out of each other.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
I
it
mean,
should be.
but like this King Kong would not get bitched out by a bunch of bi-wing planes.
Oh, hell no.
So it's a
Not
totally
at all.
different King Kong.
Let's not mistake that. Based off of the original King Kong, like the original King Kong, he's still considered an adolescent.
Yeah.
And once you start doing King Kong versus Godzilla, he's considered an adult.
Yeah. God, I wish I had that suit. Man.
The only thing I'm happy about is Godzilla no longer looks like a mutated T-Rex.
Yeah, no, he's back to being a thick boy.
He's back to being the fucking Dragon Zord.
He's thick as shit. He comes strutting out, all his neck is the same width as his head. He's like, yeah, that's right. I can't move anything. I just look forward. I'm chonky as hell.
With little tiny arms.
And then here comes my little, like, skinny ass arms. Because, I gotta have biceps. But, yeah, chunky boy. And then he just lays the weight down on something. And you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, how does that not cause water displacement when he goes in? Dynamics here, people. He goes underwater. The sea level should fucking rise.
A lot.
A lot. This dude is huge.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how does he not cause a tidal wave every time he decides he's going to jump in and out of the water?
Right? That was like the best part. And it used to do it in Japan, so it would be like, oh, tsunami. Oh, whatever. Another tsunami. How come growing up, Japan's the only place where everyone was like, oh, tsunamis, that happens?
Because to this day, it's like the only island that gets destroyed by them.
It's terrible. No, that movie's going to be awesome. I love monster movies, but I'm still not going to theaters.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
HBO Max, bitch.
Yeah, HBO Max. Gonna be awesome. I'm gonna watch it at home in surround sound with the subwoofer on my head. Just be like, yeah, I want to feel the thud.
How much is HBO Max a month?
Probably, I don't know.
Probably
Probably your
$9.99.
firstborn, but you could sacrifice that. You got a few of those.
Shameless plugs here. How much is it?
It just settled.
Because right now I have CBS, Paramount Plus.
Here comes the shameless plugs of all streaming services.
And I think I'm going to get rid of Paramount Plus because I really don't use it for much.
When did you have Paramount Plus?
I watched. Since we're talking about streaming
I-
services,
Oh, we're
I got
graduating.
Paramount.
We're
I got
graduating,
Paramount Plus because
I watched
wanted to watch Super Bowl.
Coming to America yet last night.
You watched Come to America last night? Come to
Yes.
America 2 was amazing.
Oh my god, so funny! It was so great.
Oh, it's so good.
It's
Oh,
so
God.
good. It was so 80s.
Amazon
It
Prime.
was so bad.
It's $15 a month there, buddy. And no, Coming to America 2 is amazing just for the scene where King Joffrey's just like, let's have my funeral now while I'm alive.
Right?
Yes.
That is exactly how I want to die in the world. Morgan Freeman narrating what everyone's not going to do because King Joffrey died.
Yes.
Right.
It's the greatest. Literally, the same reaction happens no matter what. I mean, yeah, I've been with Jess for a long time, but that's how I know that we're the same person because it goes to that scene and we do, oh shit, Morgan Freeman.
Oh shit, Morgan Freeman, it's God.
I was like, damn, you got Morgan Freeman narrating freaking James Earl Jones. There's literally, like, name one person that has a more iconic voice than James Earl Jones. It's going to be Morgan Freeman. So, like,
Yep.
they were cornered on that one. They're like, well, who ups Darth Vader? And they're like, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
How do we end up on streaming services?
Because I
Oh,
needed to know
because-
how much.
know what HBO
That's my
Max-
fault. That's Deadpool. That's my fault.
All Deadpool things.
Right? Because I need to get HBO Max so I can watch movies.
Dude, I
have-
love HBO Max.
I have Paramount right now, but Paramount's kind of useless. I only got it so I could watch the fucking Super Bowl.
You want to
Because I
know,
don't
like,
have cable.
yeah, I had Paramount for Super Bowl too. But I don't know how I knew I was old when it came to certain things. This kind of falls into RPG stuff, but not really.
The only thing Paramount.
How I knew I
has
was
right
the youngest one talking right now.
No, this is how I knew. Yeah, well, hey,
The only thing
how
I
many
use
of you
Paramount
assholes
for
have a
now
freaking
is
12 going on 13-year-old kid?
Oh Jesus Christ!
That's
Yeah.
right, bitches. I do.
That's right.
So ha. No, I was watching Ready Player One with my offspring,
Oh god.
and we were watching a movie. That's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. Cool book, cool concept, good movie. It has nostalgia coming out the wazoo. I mean, DeLoreans,
Oh, yes.
Ninja Turtles. But it gets to this. I don't know if you guys have all seen Ready Player One.
Yes.
Yes, I've
But-
seen it.
Yes.
It gets to the
No, I have
end
not.
where it shows the mobile suit,
Yes.
and it gets to it.
That
And
was
I'm like,
awesome.
oh shit, it's a mobile suit. And that was the moment when Grace was like, the fuck is that thing? I was like, yeah, I totally forgot that, like. But then that put me in a conundrum. Because you cannot, in one sitting, I don't care how long we do the stream, we cannot link together the story of Mobile Suit.
No, you can't.
Well, step one, mobile suit isn't all in the same universe, so it'd be physically impossible.
Yeah, but then it gets really fucking complicated. You start
Yeah, well-
branching off, and you're like, oh, well, the end of the war was shown at the beginning of this series like 30 years ago, but we're showing stuff on the other side of the universe.
Oh my god.
That was happening at the exact same time, but this is a different group.
And then you go into it and you're like, oh,
Same
well,
kind of
Endless
Max.
Waltz was like the biggest movie that came out, but Endless Waltz was the end.
Yeah.
So we kind of like went backwards.
Okay. So with that whole thing, like Gundam Wing came out and it was like a huge Gundam like surge in the US.
Did you guys ever see the real one in Japan?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It wiggles its legs. I'm like, well, that's good
Yeah.
enough for me.
All right. it
I'm
moves.
satisfied.
I'm the one who sent you that video.
Consider pants filled. Done.
Like I saw that they were building a life size mech and I was like, Kyle,
It just wiggles in the slowest speed possible. And everyone's like, perfect.
Don't care. Don't
Everything
care.
else in the world's going wrong. And everyone's like, this guy. My life is getting complete.
I'm
Like-
gonna have a mech suit. Yes.
I
It
just
is
want-
possible.
Everyone just wants the
So-
moment to step outside and be like, damn.
Do you guys watch the Hacksmith on Facebook?
Absolutely, I watch Hacksmith. Fantastic guy.
The Power Loader.
The power. Oh yes, he was working on the power loader. That's been
They
like a
completed
freaking 10-year project. Oh, he finally did the lakes or the treads.
Yeah.
Was he taking like
Yeah.
a bobcat or a skid steer or something like that?
It looks like skid steer.
Yeah,
They
he
did
did an
their
episode
own,
with Cat, and they were like donating a skid steer or something.
Yeah. But
Y'all gotta
I don't
send me a
care.
link for that shit, because I gotta watch that.
You don't watch
Oh,
Hacksmith?
No.
What the hell's
I
wrong with
don't
you?
really go on Facebook too much.
Oh damn, dude! You gotta
need to
watch.
follow
No,
the Hack.
first off, Facebook. What the hell? Where'd that come from?
I don't
And
go on anything.
it's on YouTube.
Oh,
Yes, it
well,
is on YouTube.
shit,
It's
I'm
on
never
YouTube
on
where
YouTube.
we are probably trying to promote and upload things to
Get
our
out.
podcast.
The only time I ever go on YouTube is to watch Gymkhana.
87%
Ken
of
Block.
people on YouTube watch it on the toilet,
Chris.
so don't give me that crap.
Ken Block is the shit, and that car is fucking ridiculous.
The rumor is, I know that this is the rumor, but the unicorn's dead.
Who
Heard
killed the
that,
unicorn?
too.
Well, he
He
lost
did.
his sponsorship to Ford.
Yep.
So technically, I do believe that it is finally like decommissioned and it's just stored inside Hoonigan headquarters, and that's it. And there'll be a
Oh,
new
no.
car that's going to come
They're talking about making a new car.
out. I don't know. I'm not saying this is definitely not saying that it's going to be more ridiculous than the Hoonicorn, but
Oh, it's
They're gonna
definitely
have
going to be.
ridiculous.
how the hell are you going to make it more ridiculous? Everything about that car was just designed to be
Triceratops?
over the top. Right.
Make
Well,
it
you
a
already-
Triceratops?
You already
Yeah,
know
I
it's
think
gonna
it's
be a
any-
nitro meth car.
Right.
All right, you can't make it any more dangerous. All right, he's never gonna do that run again that he did with the unicorn.
Yeah,
No,
he'll never
he's
do
never-
Pikes Peak
Sure
again,
he
but
will.
there's still plenty of things to do. It's just the car itself is its own weapon. Like, it's just not supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they had what he was doing. The unicorn versus the world when he was drag racing everybody. He's like, all right, I'm taking a car that was not built for drag racing, was not made to drag race, but everybody seems to want to drag race this car.
The car's bonkers. But it's absolutely just one of those things you watch and you're like, this isn't right.
As a mechanic, you watch it and go, everything that could possibly go wrong is in that car.
Yeah. And it's expected to blow up. Like, they
Yeah,
100% are okay with it. Like, oh, if it shatters into 1,000 pieces, well, we're not surprised.
Right.
We didn't
Like,
design it to
well,
be
Engineering,
sustainable.
like,
It's very, very sad though that he lost his sponsorship to Ford.
Yep, the Ford dropped him, so now he's onto a new person looking for a new sponsor. Or maybe he already has one, for all I know. I don't know exactly the inside.
Chevy or Dodge.
Chevy, Dodge. Maybe go back to Subaru and crash a bajillion of those again.
right?
I wouldn't mind seeing him take one of the new Supras and do
Screw
something
it.
with that.
Ken Block needs to get a Tesla sponsorship and put Tesla in rally.
Oh,
Hell
God.
yeah!
That would be scary.
Put some brushless motors into it.
I want to know.
Jesus
freaking
Christ!
don't even need to do that. The new Tesla Roadster does 0 to 60 in, hold on to it, 0.9 seconds.
Yep.
Under
Jeebus
a
Christ.
second. That is,
That's
you are
ridiculous.
at 65 miles an hour before you get out of the four-way intersection.
Right?
That's bonkers.
That is
That's
instantly
awesome.
pooping yourself at every
Yeah.
red light.
Well, you're pooping yourself, but too bad it's 3 blocks behind you.
It's just
One of the
sad.
guys I work with was trying to tell me that the Lycan Hypersport didn't exist.
What?
Okay,
The
here we go with the car. Technically,
the car.
the Lycan Hypersport is a physically real thing that was in the movie. Yes.
Yes.
But the Lycan Hypersport does not, and I don't care who quotes me, does not have 5,000 horsepower. It does
No.
not have 4,000 plus torque. And it cannot top out at 490 miles an hour. The bullshit stats they put out for it, and they did, oh, it does that. We're just not going to let anybody test it.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
I
that's bullshit.
watched a video.
It's a real car, though.
I watched
Yes.
a video from the people who released it.
Yeah.
Between that 4-year period, And they said it did 0 to 100 in 2.8 seconds.
Yeah, which is reasonable.
That's reasonable.
That is
That's not
absolutely-
5,000
that's
horsepower.
But that's
Yeah.
not 5,000 horse. The problem was the people that released it. They said some over the top bonkers shit, and they weren't Elon Musk, so they weren't allowed to say that shit. So,
Oh,
well, you get different abilities to say bonkers shit when you're freaking
I
have
don't
a
know.
rocket.
Yeah.
You're like,
When
hey,
you build a rocket,
I own rockets, so I'm telling you now that I'm gonna make a car super fast. And you're like, probably. But no, the Lycan Hypersport, it's just the problem was that it was such a small company. There's no way that they got. They told me this thing trumped everything out on the freaking market.
Not
From
only
this
that,
nobody
but-
company. Doesn't
Yeah,
make sense.
those numbers are ridiculous.
They're just
Like,
over
you'd
the
have
top
to
for no
do-
reason.
Like, I don't even think they're physically possible numbers.
Not
They're
for a
not.
freaking like V10. Oh, it don't matter. You supercharge twin turbo a V12 and you have a Ferrari, and it's still ridiculous numbers. A
Yeah.
jet engine for a dragster is like 5,000 horse.
Yeah, and you're talking full on, like,
You're talking just a production
Yeah.
car.
yeah, no.
You're looking at the Unicorn, which is nitro meth, and it still doesn't push that kind of horsepower.
No, Unicorn is 1440.
Yeah.
Right? And it's running nitro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's no way you put a production car out for 4 years that pushed 4,000 horsepower.
No
a
way.
lot more people would already have one. If it did something that was so ridiculous, it would be way more popular.
The motor size was ridiculous, too. if I'm not
Ferrari
mistaken.
would have bought the company.
Well, first off, Ferrari, that's a different category because always remember, Ferrari is owned by Volkswagen.
Yeah.
And Volkswagen owns,
would have bought the company.
like, I think it's 2/3 of the auto market or something crazy.
well, they own part of Porsche.
They
They
own
own
part
all
of
of
Chevy.
those. They own all of those things. Volkswagen. They own Audi. They own Porsche. They own Ferrari. They own Renault. They own freaking Peugeot. They own. It's a stupid
Volkswagen
list.
has their hand in just, like, all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
They have their.
Bringing in money.
They're the reason the freaking Corvettes are the way they are right now. Because they bought into them.
Yeah.
And Volkswagen's like,
Why
you
we're
make
getting
cars,
the
I'm
stupid
buying
mid-engine
something.
freaking Corvettes.
Actually, I don't mind the mid-engine.
I get the
I
mid-engine
do. They're
Corvette.
ugly as shit. They are ugly as fuck.
I don't care. If they're
Look
ugly.
here, guy. See, by you insulting the mid-engine Corvette,
Freak
people
as
like
fuck.
you are the reason why Chevy thinks it's still a good idea to make a mid-engine, sorry, not a mid-engine, but a Corvette SUV in 2022.
Oh,
So,
Jesus Christ, hell no.
yeah, well,
no.
that's
no.
why people need to stop
There's-
saying, "Hey, it's ugly," because they're going to keep changing it,
The
and it's
vet
morphing
needs-
into something.
It needs to morph backwards, not forward. Backwards. Go back to the
We've gone too
lights
far.
on the back.
I like the mid-engine Corvette because they got rid of one of Corvette's biggest issues.
Long ass nose.
Not just that, but the steering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
They-
fixed their steering. They
balanced-
took all that weight out of the front.
They balanced that car and made it back into a supercar. So I have no problem with the mid-engine Corvette.
Isn't it? Most of those new the mid-engine Corvettes, aren't they mostly hybrids too? Don't they have electric motors on them also?
no, they're just basic engines.
They are
Yeah,
gas
they're just-
engines.
The mid-engine Corvette was the right idea, but the wrong idea. Chevy
I
and Ford
see 'em.
need $1 million car. Ford has $1 million car.
The GT40.
They have the GT. Every 10 years, we get a GT, possibly. If the market
Yeah.
is screaming for it, like, we want a new one, we get a new one. It's happened twice. So,
Yes.
but Chevy needed a new car that was going to be a mid-engine, rear-wheel drive car.
Yeah.
Not a Corvette. It should have been like the Chevy SS. And it was,
I wouldn't mind them doing Chevelle again.
screw
I
it.
mean,
Make it the Chevelle, but that's their like high end. It's $1 million, 800 horsepower hybrid,
Yeah.
all wheel drive, rear engine. It's its own beast,
Yeah.
and that would
I
put
could
it
take
in a
that.
market in the Ferrari McLaren area.
Yeah.
But trying to remotely pull the wool over my eyes on a Corvette and be like, "Oh, you can go buy a McLaren for the same price," and
No.
but you should buy a Corvette, and everyone's like, "No."
I'm buying a McLaren.
I'm gonna go buy a low-end MP412C for $110,000. It has the same
Screw that.
gauges and shit as a freaking P1.
At that point, if I'm spending that kind of money, I'm going to see Acura.
Yeah,
All right.
you can buy any of those things, but it puts it across your mind of like you can't bring Corvettes into that market and expect to compete with all those guys. That
Oh no, it doesn't. even
companies
come
like
close to
Lamborghini,
competing with the
Ferrari,
NSX.
the big three there, McLaren, Lamborghini, Ferrari, hell, even Porsche, put the 4 up there. They
Yeah.
don't need to sell 1,000 units a month. They sell
No.
1,000 a year, and it pays off everything.
Yep.
Chevy needs that
Yep.
car where it's so freaking expensive that only some people can afford it. But guess what? Celebrities like wasting money.
Yep.
Right? There's a
Celebrity
goddamn dude
superstar.
that drives around town here in a Pagani.
There you go.
A fucking Pagani. Nobody in the car world has ever said a Pagani drives good, but they're beautiful.
They are.
He didn't buy it because he likes driving it. Probably he bought it because it looks amazing.
Not only that, but how many people do you know that own one?
They own a Pagani, and they start at $1 million. It's just
Right.
that thing. You gotta have one if you got the money. Chevy
Yeah.
needs that. Maybe they won't need a bailout every freaking 6 years.
Yeah.
I agree.
But see, if I had the money to go and buy a car like that, I'm not going to see Acura or Porsche or Lamborghini or Ferrari or McLaren. I'm going to fucking Nissan.
Buy a GTR.
Oh yeah,
Get yourself a GTR.
I'm sorry, but like I love
with a
the
right
GTR.
side steering wheel.
I love the GTR, but
I
I'm
do
still
love
going to see Acura for the NSX.
No,
don't care.
I'm buying a McLaren Senna.
Oh, there you go. That's
I want a car where I could have a window for a door.
Yes.
I mean, I
That
guess
is
if you
true.
want to get really redonkulous, you can go buy a Cohen-Sig and not be able to fit it in any parking lot ever. It's like driving a school bus that don't crash. See, it's tough because like there's so many good cars out there. The Lykan Hypersport 0 to 60 speed is 2.8 seconds
Yeah, no.
and 9.4 seconds for 0 to 125. So
Ain't no way it's pushing out the horsepower
No.
they say.
he said
No,
the
they're
only
pushing
people.
out maybe the same as the McLaren.
See, there was a demonstration of the car by W Motors in 2013, by which they claim to have recorded the car's performance. They claim to have done it. That's the only place that's
Oh.
done it. I don't know. See, that stuff's sketchy. I don't know if it's
It
just
is.
the old school car in me, but like if it doesn't have a Nurburgring track time,
Right? It doesn't really have
it doesn't happen. Because if your
I
car
agree.
can't make that 10-mile trip around the ring with all the bumps and the curbs and the uneven pavement, it doesn't
But
get the
hey,
count.
That ring is super fun to drive.
The ring
Don't
is
care.
lethal. Like it's the only racetrack it can rain on one side and not the other.
That is true.
It is
But
so
it's
big you
also
have
one of
different
the few
weather.
racetracks I know of that you can go over with €100 and rent any car to drive on.
Hell yeah. It's because it's freaking huge. It's the whole town. The town's like in it.
No, the town is on the outside of
It's
it. I've been there.
monstrous.
Been there?
Bonkers.
Did you get to drive on it too?
Yes, we rented lots of fun stuff to drive on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
One of them
insane
cost
how
us
big that is.
€1,000. That shit was ridiculous. But it was worth it because I got to drive a Lamborghini on the Nurburgring.
That's all that matters. The Nurburgring has its own special spot. It's just, cars don't exist unless you get to drive the Nurburgring. And how the fuck did we get on cars from talking about RPGs? Oh, Ken was talking HBO Max, wasn't he?
We're going
Yeah.
back to It's My Fault.
No, yeah, you said Beast Wars. Wait, no, that wasn't Transformers. No, that wasn't what got us there.
No,
Well,
I
no.
started off with the gorilla.
I talking about car games and everything else.
Oh yeah, car games, and then we got to ridiculous cars.
Yep.
The
Why are
unicorn.
Dave and Sean's characters synced?
Are we?
Oh my god, they're synced. They're over there adjusting their non-existent hat together, and look at their heads.
That's
You guys are
awesome.
like a boy band over there.
Oh yeah.
No, but like with RPGs, I mean, it's hard not to get off topic because some RPGs just take you into like oddball shit.
It's too vague of a thing.
It is. It's super vague. Like, I mean, you got Mass Effect. it had the stupid fucking little tank, the Mako that you could drive around in.
Did you see that they re-edited Mass Effect so there's less ass shot?
They did.
The remastered.
They did.
They just they
So-
changed the camera angle.
So they actually had a complaint with the remaster
Yeah.
because during the alpha, they had redone the graphics for the Mako, and it actually upset the people. They were like, the whole purpose of playing like with the Mako was the horrible graphics that went with it.
It's like, don't take away the experience.
And that's exactly what they did. They like were fighting to get it put back. They were like, put it back the way that it was. Like, we're remaking this entire game, but don't fix the Mako. Like, horrible gravity effects and everything. Leave it the way the fuck it is.
This game is ridiculous.
Yes.
There's too many RPGs to really fit all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
We can always come back to this topic another time. Not like we ever really stay on full topic all the time.
That's what
No.
it's about. It's about just shooting the shit.
Oh yeah,
Shoot
well,
the
like
shit and
that's
hang
what I'm
out.
saying.
I mean, we could talk some obscure ones like Hyperdementia. None of you have played.
No, none of us played Hyperdimension. You know why? Because that's probably released to maybe 6 people.
You're right, and I probably own 3 of the copies. So I mean,
Probably.
Right, you don't share. You're like, no one else is allowed to play it. It's my game.
Right?
But I mean,
I
at the end of
claimed
the-
it.
at the
I
end of the
claimed
game-
it. There are 3 more copies that I need to find, so no one else can play it ever again.
At the end of the day, it used so much like history between like the said council wars and just jokes that like it was great. I loved it. But at the same time, it was decided that it would do nothing but try to do fan service the entire game at the same time. It's like, forget the fan service, just let me hear all the stupid like commentary and then I'll be fine. The main character is based off of Sega. So come
That's
on.
awesome. That's absolutely
one
amazing.
Like the one system that did not like make it out of the console war is the hero.
It's like, you're
Like,
going to
let's
win
be-
something, Sega. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah.
But it's made by Idea Factory, and they were originally a company created by Sega. So I mean, go figure.
Right.
I mean, Kyle would love it. PlayStation is called Last Station.
Ah, right it is.
It's dead.
Damn right
last.
it's the last station.
But that's the name of one of the areas. It's called Last Station. I was like, so like, you're like, okay, that makes sense.
Screw that one.
But like,
There.
so I'm just one of those people. Like, I like the obscure video games.
Yeah, but that's like super obscure.
It is, but that's not even the worst one because I can name off some that I'm not even sure where I found them. All right, I have games that I'm like, where did I find this? Why did I buy this?
Because you were overseas, had nothing better to do with your money, and you're a military guy.
That's true. And then I've played.
That's
some
why you buy
really-
half the shit you buy.
So the better question is, what is the worst RPG you have ever played?
Yeah, I guess that is the better question. Worst one I've ever played. Oh man, worst RPG ever. Let's see. I feel like I picked something up recently.
I don't know, but I've been sitting in this chair for now about 3 hours. I have hours.
You are
The
not
worst
allowed to
art-
find a bucket.
I don't
Yeah.
bucket. Yeah, that's not happening.
Captain.
What's
Captain,
up?
the
What up?
worst RPG game we ever played is Haze.
Yes, Haze. Haze is the winner. Ah, so fuck you know about PlayStation, bitch. That's right.
Haze.
The
We got
PlayStation
it
exclusive
for 99 cents,
first-person shooter. That was PlayStation's answer for Halo.
and it was the worst game ever.
Worst game ever.
And it's
Ever.
considered a place. It's considered an RPG.
It is a first-person RPG. It's exactly like Halo, but the haze
Oh,
thing is
God.
all based out of like the hive, and they're all like bees kind of looking armor. Oh yeah.
That does
Oh,
sound
it's
horrible.
bad. It's
You couldn't even
real
trade
bad.
it back in. They wouldn't take it back.
They wouldn't take it. When you have a game where people are like, that's literally worth zero. They're like, damn.
They're like, you would have to pay us to take this game.
How much are you paying us to keep it? Like, no.
Oh,
That's
that is horrible.
bad.
That is horrible.
It's the
I don't
worst
think,
ever.
I don't think I've ever played that one.
I'll mail it to you. I think I have it.
You can keep it.
A horrible game.
If it's that horrible, I don't ever want you to send it my way.
Like, don't even show it to me. I don't even want to know it exists.
Yeah, no. I definitely don't. Like, if it's
No,
that
it was
bad,
that bad. It's amazing how bad it actually was.
that's going somewhere. Like, when you can't even, like, get rid of the
It was
game.
a legitimately PlayStation exclusive, and it just didn't take off.
I
For
can
some
see why.
reason, it just never worked, and the story was bad. The gameplay was bad. It just, I don't know what the fuck they did. I don't know why they thought it was gonna be like Halo, but it was missing every aspect of it. I don't even like Halo, but I get what they were trying to do with Halo.
Yeah, I mean that is pretty bad. Like when you go to do something like that and it just doesn't do anything. That's horrible.
That was rough. Where'd Dave go? All right, let's see.
I don't know where Dave went.
Apparently, he had to go take a piss or something. Ran away.
Ran away. Should have peed in a bucket.
He's got enough like monster cans. Just fill 'em back up.
Apparently he's got a whole freaking wall with that shit over there.
Yep. Nope. For me, it's Grand Kingdom.
What the fuck is that?
It's a PS4 game, and it was, oh my god! Like I haven't even made it like past the second chapter of that game. I tried playing it, not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 different times, and every time I played, I'm like, this game sucks.
You haven't brought this. I do.
That's
Brownies.
pretty awful. I want brownies. Wait, what the fuck?
I made brownies today.
You made brownies today?
Yes, I did.
I ate your cookie
Look
for
here.
a while there, buddy.
All right, hey, brownies are really hard to fuck up.
I don't doubt your power.
I have no power either.
No, there ain't no eggshells in it. What the fuck? I'm eating the whole damn pan myself. And I'm eating them before I go to bed. Fuck all of you. I ain't sharing with none of y'all. I'm eating them all before I go to bed.
So when are you coming up here to come see me?
Never.
You're fucking useless.
When you keep telling me that my shit's fucked up,
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna come
fine.
up there and put my foot in your ass.
I have never in your life seen you cook something. I was like, damn, I can't wait till Ken comes home and cooks that.
No.
Never.
I ain't never cooked anything where it's like, I need to go eat that.
It's
No.
like, oh shit, I can't wait to go home and have a box of mac and cheese in a hot pocket.
Don't trust you, don't bite me, knock it off.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Like, Ken,
Hey.
no offense. It's not like
All offense. No, this is all offensive. Purely offensive.
I know
No
I
way
can't
in
cook.
hell.
All right.
I
You just
know
never
I can't.
cooked. It's not your thing.
Alright, that's why I have Amanda. Amanda cooks.
That'd be like saying
that's
I'm
the only
cooking
purpose?
something a meal, all right?
She cooks for me.
Yeah, you don't cook either. It's
No.
what the hell?
Like, if I
You're
tell
the
you
only
guys
one that
to-
cooks. You
if
and
I tell
Dave.
you,
Well, I
If
like
I tell you
cooking
guys to
because I
come
like being
over-
fat. I like
get Sam to
eating.
cook
I need to
dinner.
cook, motherfucker.
I get Sam to cook for
What?
me if I can.
I just like eating.
I love eating too, but I'd rather have good food, and I know that what I cook is not good.
That is true.
All right.
Your wife's an amazing cook.
Yeah,
My
she's
wife
damn
is an
good
amazing
cook.
cook. Like,
She's fucking
When
damn.
she's
How-
making macaroni and cheese again.
Yeah, what's up
well,
with
you
that?
live close enough for my birthday.
Oh,
You can always come up here.
Oh shit, that's right. Oh no, when is your birthday? Is what?
St. Patrick's
Wow.
Day time-ish.
Yeah, no.
Time-ish.
It's-
All right.
It's
I,
like 2
I
weeks.
can't
from
keep
now.
track of nobody's
it's
goddamn
Friday.
birthday. Oh, it's like 2 weeks now. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're getting old as shit, son.
Yeah, I turned 37 this year.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, no, I
Oh.
can't come up. I can't come up that weekend. Fuck.
You know,
Ah!
if you came up that weekend, you could even make the St. Patrick Festival.
She.
Savannah.
I want a St.
It
Patrick's
is one
Festival.
of the. It is the biggest festival in the U.S. for St. Patrick's Day.
So are we
Yeah, no,
rescheduling our year idea of traveling? Are we allowed to travel yet? Are the bans lifted?
So MomoCon's not happening this year.
Yeah, I know.
None of the cons really are. They've already
Bullshit.
all canceled. So
Fucking
I don't
bullshit.
think it's
You
going to
are,
happen
bitch.
this year.
Fucking bullshit.
Don't you get?
And
Man,
don't
hold
forget,
on. You up.
come May, I'm probably not going to be able to go anywhere anyways
Oh yeah.
because I deploy in June. So
Yep. So you're
Yeah,
kind
they
of
can
stuck.
hear me.
Bitch, stop deploying. You're supposed to be retiring soon. No deploying.
I got a couple more years.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. And then next thing you know, you're gonna move to Texas and you're gonna be mad far away.
Oh, no,
Nah.
Texas,
I'm
I
not
can still
driving
make
out
it.
there. I promise you this. I did it for Dave, and it was the worst time of my life. I ain't driving out there.
Knock your
As of right
balls.
now, I'm waiting on Sam for that one.
Nothing.
I am.
Yeah. Well.
Because Sam's applying for like another job here. So if she
Nice.
gets it, we probably might stay in Georgia for a while.
Georgia, where we make
I might be
all the
taking a
Tyler
road trip
Perry
to Georgia.
movies.
Because I gotta go beat up somebody.
Yeah. Because you're a trash cook. Yeah, I know. That happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk shit because I know if I show up there, he's gonna whoop my ass like
Oh, talk
I'm
shit,
nothing.
please.
So
He's
I'm
a
gonna talk
short,
all the shit I
chunky boy
can
now.
while I'm away from him. Haley would be too busy playing with the puppy.
Really, it's like we're in a side conversation here. What's going on? Where'd Dave go, and how long is this pee?
Well, apparently
Probably went for a cigarette.
he's been holding it for 3 hours.
Nobody told him to jump on a line freaking 2 hours ago.
I know that.
And what's with this puppy? Like, Ken, did you get
Okay.
a dog?
No. I told Amanda, who is sitting here with me, that I might have to take a trip to Georgia to beat up somebody.
Oh, to beat up me?
We're talking
Yeah.
about your dog there, guys.
And she told me to bring Haley. She's scrappy. I did. Scrappy? She's gonna be too busy playing with the goddamn puppy.
Dogs.
She fucking crawls under your mother's bed to play with Milo.
That's Milo. The dog's here. She's afraid of.
She ain't gonna be afraid of that one.
Doubt it.
She's afraid of dogs. She doesn't know. She's afraid of dogs.
Doubt it.
Okay.
Call bullshit.
No kid is afraid of dogs unless
They're not afraid
parents
of dogs.
make them afraid of
Yeah.
dogs.
I haven't met a kitty yet that's like, oh no, dog.
No, you cannot bite my leg just so you can go get some water. Just go get some freaking water.
What's-
While
what-
you're in
what
there,
the
why
fuck's
don't you get me a
going on over
brownie?
there? Yeah.
Your legs ain't broken?
Get him a brownie because this is gonna. Nobody else is gonna eat those overcooked bitches.
Nope.
They're probably dry as fuck. I don't know what they taste like, but I know you're cooking. What's the opposite of moist? Your face?
Dry.
Goddamn
Nah.
brownies.
I don't like this.
It's freaking
I don't
terrible.
like this.
Kyle, did you ever play Xenoblade Chronicles?
Xenoblade Chronicles?
Sorry.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it. Never finished it.
The first one or the second one?
First one.
Ah,
It was a little
Okay.
slow.
yeah, and the controls on the Wii were not the greatest.
No, they weren't. It's kind of like Monster Hunter. Like I know Monster Hunter World got really big, but I just couldn't get into it.
I don't mind Monster Hunter games, but like at the end of the day, once I've gotten through the initial story portion of Monster Hunter, I'm like, okay, I am not going to sit here and grind materials just to grind materials.
Yeah,
Have a good day.
literally. Like, freaking
Have a
killing the
good
same
day.
bullshit grinding. Like, grinding games were designed to grind for a reason. Like, but newer games are not designed to be grinders. They really
Some
aren't.
are. Some are.
Very rarely.
But like, I leave those to like, I go on the Switch and I buy my 3D dungeon crawler games. You are going to grind in those games. Nothing you do
Yeah.
will ever change that. But they're designed to be like that. And there's not like a lot of graphics and stuff like that. And on top of that, they give you a lot of materials very quickly.
Exactly. When it gives you like
Yeah.
1 hide and 2 bone. Like, get the fuck out of
That's
here.
where Monster Hunter
You have a
sucks.
25% chance of getting what you need. Oh, come on.
No, like some of those are like 0.4%. And you're like,
And you need
Really?
like 30 of them just to make 1 piece of armor. You're like, this is bullshit.
yeah. But they sound like
Alrighty.
Dave made
Radio.
that.
All right, Dave came back. Wow. World's longest
Yeah.
pee.
It looks like
Hey.
we're back in a league of our own.
This guy freaking King Poseidon over here.
Hey, I was holding it.
I guess so.
It seems like it.
Made it count.
I made it count with a couple bottles of water later on.
No.
Oh.
Are we wrapping this up here and going on to play some games?
Come on, stop. I guess so.
I mean, I'm cool
sounds
with that.
like that.
Who's playing tonight? Everybody playing?
I'm
Except for
glad.
Sean, because Sean plays on PlayStation.
We'll deal with it.
Yeah. You gonna play Stream Raiders?
Maybe.
Maybe. Fucking maybe. Yeah, speaking of Stream Raiders, might as well boot that up and do the update.
Don't flip my shirt.
Every day, Stream Raiders updates. Every day.
That's kind of why I stopped doing it, because like it starts
pissing me
doing
off.
the update and I get distracted, and then by the time I remember that I can play, it's
Okay.
like you guys
Updates are
almost done.
annoying, but like that's still only 5 minutes of ADD you got there, guy. It's totally ridiculous.
I'm sorry.
No.
Get your ass back in that seat!
Who got out of the seat this time?
Dave.
Me. I'm the only one who gets up.
Dave's the only
Dave
one who ever
stands
does
up. He's always standing. Stop standing.
I'm trying to drop the mic and get on the way.
Drop the mic.
Mic
Guy's
drop.
walking up. Mic drop.
He says, "I'm done. I just want to go shoot shit."
No, bitches.
It's terrible.
Nah, I'm gonna
Alright,
probably get on and play a little bit of yeast probably while I'm at it.
All right. Yeah, we'll jump on. We're going to do I don't know if the daily op is or anything.
Daily op is exploding.
Son of a bitch.
Blood Eagles and Vault 94.
Son of a bitch.
That sounds horrible.
It's
It
just-
is.
It's a pain to collect the body parts.
Yeah.
because they go everywhere.
Yeah, and the exploding does damage to you. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Volatile. Blood Eagles. Yep. Vault 94.
sounds
Nope, not
awful.
doing it.
We're going to pass on that one.
That's a hard pass.
It's a very hard pass.
No, that's an easy pass. That's not. That's not doing that today.
Fuck that. We'll find something else. Anybody got any missions or anything they got to do? We'll work on those. All
I
right,
got a
let's
whole
wrap
bunch of
this up. Before we do this, we need a closing.
Oh,
That's the end of that. We're all content. We're going to go play games.
Yep.
Thanks
worked.
Thanks for stopping by.
Just like, we're fucking done. We're going to play goddamn games. Done.
I'm going to go kill shit.
I'm
Fuck
done
this.
with this.
Mic drop.
He's out.
Mike drop.
He's out. He's gone. Oh my god. He's out. Just like, where
I'm
the fuck
gone.
that guy go?